Hey everyone, welcome back again. So today we are going to talk on a topic that is why are so many CSIR NET qualifiers unable to finish PhD. So today we are going to see the top reasons why if you have qualified your CSIR NET exam, still you are unable to finish your PhD. So what are the reasons behind this? So we are going to talk each and every reasons and also the solutions for them. So let's start with the very first reason that is causing a problem or that is behind that you are not able to finish your PhD. So the very first problem that is here, that is student commitment. So once you are enrolled for a PhD, so that time you will be doing your coursework, and it seems that doing a coursework is an easy ride, but that is not actually easy. So once you have done your coursework and you have to write the thesis proposal and ultimately your dissertation work, so that time it is bit difficult because you have to write all your dissertation work, and that is more demanding than the coursework. So that time the student commitments come where students feel that this time they are not able to maintain all the things and where the student commitment matters. तो यहाँ पे ऐसा हो सकता है कि आपको लगे कि आप नहीं काम कर पा रहे हैं और आपका कमिटमेंट यहाँ पे यू कैन से एक गड़बड़ होता है और यहाँ पे आप एक डिस्ट्रैक्ट होते हैं. सो देयर विल बी सम काइंड ऑफ डिस्ट्रैक्शंस when you are writing your dissertation work or when you are pursuing your research. So once you are entering your PhD field, so that time it will be easy as you have to go through your coursework. So it seems like that you are still studying in your masters, but as soon as your coursework finish, once you are starting your research you are pursuing, so that time it will be bit difficult. And here comes student commitments. So if you want to test the student commitment, so the best time is writing the thesis proposal as well as writing your dissertation work, that is thesis. The second is funding issue. So once you are enrolled in your PhD, so suppose if your funding is well and fine, you are having your fellowship on time, but for some issues or circumstances, suppose if documentation is not done for after 1 year, or you can say after 2 years, so sometimes there will be a funding issue. So that time there you will face a lot of distraction and you will not find you can say a commitment, you can say एक टाइम ऐसा आ जाता है जब आपको एक काम करने में मन नहीं लगता, एक आपका डिस्ट्रैक्शन होगा, तब ये हो सकता है एक कारण कि एक फंडिंग इशू आपके पीएचडी में एक बहुत बड़ा हर्डल बन जाए, जिसके कारण यू विल बी फेसिंग अ स्ट्रगल इन कंप्लीटिंग योर एक्सपेरिमेंट एंड यू इन कैरिंग आउट योर रिसर्च वर्क. सो फंडिंग इशू इज one of the reason behind carrying out your research work and finishing your PhD on time. So still you have qualified your CSIR NET examination and you are getting your fellowship, but still at some point of time you will face funding issues. So that will be a real distraction for your PhD. Third reason you can see, that is time management skill. So once we are doing our work, so every day you go to lab, right? So that time you have to plan and organize what you have to do today. Means you have to list down all the practicals and you have to assign time for that, because what happens if you're not assigning any time for that, if you're not organizing things, so in that time it may happen that you have to do many work but you are not able to complete that. So once you are going to lab, you have to write in a piece of paper that what all practicals you are going to do today, and that you have to follow and you have to organize your work in that way, and you have to carry out your practical. And if you're not doing so, so that will be called as time management skill that you're not having. So better you should have a time management skill, so you can finish your work on time, that the time you have allocated, and in this way you will be able to finish your experiment. And if you are able to finish your experiment, means there will be no delay in your PhD and your PhD will go smoothly, and ultimately you are going to finish your PhD on time. And if you are not doing so, so this will ultimately can be a reason for delaying your PhD work. And the fourth reason is supervisor and conflict. So this is one of the topmost reason you can say. But some of the students have acknowledged that some of the professors are really human, they are collegial and encouraging. But sometimes supervisors' lack of commitment and their timely feedback add to delays. तो कभी ऐसा हो सकता है अगर आप 3 साल के लिए काम कर रहे हो, 5 years के लिए आप वर्क कर रहे हो, सो इन दैट टाइम ऐसा हो सकता है कि कुछ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो जाए सुपरवाइजर के साथ, कुछ ऐसा हो जाए, सो दैट विल ऐड टू द डिले इन योर पीएचडी. तो ऐसा हो सकता है आपका ये सब चीज़ें अगर सुलझ नहीं रही हैं, ये सब रिजॉल्व नहीं हो रहा इशू, सो दैट विल ऐड टू अ डिले इन योर पीएचडी. So this is the fourth reason that I have mentioned here, that is supervisor and conflict. So we have seen the top 4 reasons, that is students commitment, that is really seen during the dissertation work writing. Second is funding and issues. Third is time management skill, whether you are able to manage all the time. Fourth is supervisor and conflict, if there is any kind of conflict in between the supervisor and the PhD scholar. And if there is a conflict, so sometimes what will happen, ki supervisor will not help you on all your PhD work in all your publication, and ultimately there will be a delay. Fifth, you can say isolated environment. Yes, PhD is a long time project, right? You have to work for a single topic, that is for 3 to 5 years, and that time you feel loneliness. That will lead to loneliness, lack of motivation, and sometimes you will have that fear that there is no one to experience your problem that you are facing. So if you are having all these things, if you are feeling that if you are in isolation and there is no one to help you, because we have to carry out our research work independently, right? एक topic मिलता है और हमको 5 years के लिए उसी में काम करना पड़ता, but still if you are facing, then you have to connect to the graduate student through journal club. तो आप सभी लोग journal club में जाते होंगे, conferences में, so you have to get connected to the graduate students through journal club, conferences as well as networking. इसलिए क्योंकि आपको यहाँ पे 5 years के लिए काम करना है, तो आप उस चीज़ को कर करके एक ऐसा फेडअप हो जाता है, डिससेटिस्फाइड होते हैं, तो अब उसमें काम करने में मन नहीं लगता है, एक आइसोलेशन सा फील होता है, ऐसा लगता है कि हम अकेले हैं. एंड इफ दिस इज अ केस, देन यू हैव टू गेट कनेक्टेड टू द ग्रेजुएट स्टूडेंट्स, मीन्स टू योर फ्रेंड्स. अगर आपके साथ फ्रेंड्स होंगे तो थोड़ा एनकरेजमेंट होगा, थोड़ा टाइम ऐसा रहेगा कि आप थोड़ा टाइम स्पेंड करेंगे, एंड अल्टीमेटली यू विल बी बैक टू वर्क, एंड इन दिस वे यू विल बी डूइंग योर प्रोडक्टिव एक्सपेरिमेंट, और वो सारी चीज़ें टाइमली चलेंगी, सो दैट विल हेल्प यू टू कंप्लीट योर PhD ऑन टाइम. Sixth reason you can see here, that is about mental stress. Yes, so जब भी हम PhD करते हैं, so we have to pay fee, हमको बहुत ज़्यादा इन्वेस्टमेंट हो जाता है. We have to maintain the deadline, we have to meet all the deadlines that is given to us, whether it is related to experiment, it is related to research paper writing, dissertation, viva voce, DC, everything we have to meet the deadline. So in that case there will be a mental stress, and it has been found that PhD scholars, they are having high mental stress because they feel lonely, they have to work individually. So in that case they will be having this kind of mental stress, क्योंकि सारा चीज़ अपने आप से करना है, एक इन्वेस्टमेंट भी बहुत लग रहा है, एक स्ट्रगल होता है. समटाइम्स दे फील लाइक they are not satisfied with their work, उनका bored up हो चुके हैं, they are fed up. So all these things ultimately it will contribute to mental stress. And if you're facing such kind of stress, so you have to go through exercises, meditation, or it can be anything. And if you want to talk to your friends, you can talk to your friends. Some entertainment should be there. And if you're feeling that you are so much stressed, then that time you can have some kind of exercises, meditation, so that you are decompress from all those stress. So this is one of the suggestion from my side, because it is natural that you are having mental stress because you're working there for 5 years, 3 years, that this is natural. Coming to the seventh reason, that is motivational support. So sometimes what happens when you are doing your research work, so sometimes the result fail, experiments fail, so that time what you have to do, you have to remain motivated, but that is bit difficult. जब हम बात करते हैं मोटिवेशन की कि मोटिवेट रहना है, उस वक्त ये बोलना बहुत ईजी रहता है, बट एक्चुअली इसको करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली यू आर फेसिंग फेलियर्स, बट इन दैट टाइम हाउ यू विल रिमेन मोटिवेटेड, उस समय यू आपको कैसे मोटिवेट रहना है, दैट इज़ मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट. तो अगर आपको मोटिवेट रहना है तो आपको ऐसे फ्रेंड्स के साथ कनेक्शन बनाना पड़ेगा, दोज हु आर गोइंग टू एनकरेज यू, जो आपको एनकरेज करने वाले हैं, जो आपको एनकरेज करेंगे, आपको उनके साथ करना है, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली 5 years का टाइम पीरियड है. 5 years you are doing that single project, and if you are doing that single project, some point of time you will feel dissatisfied, you are not satisfied with your work. Sometimes you will feel कि आपके साथ ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है, क्यों ये एक्सपेरिमेंट फेल हो रहा है, क्यों ये सक्सेस नहीं हो रहा है. सो दैट टाइम यू विल नीड मोटिवेशनल सपोर्ट. सो बेटर टू रिमेन इन अ कंपनी विद अदर्स, एक फ्रेंड्स का ग्रुप होना चाहिए, एक अच्छे से उनके साथ रहना चाहिए, सो दैट इफ यू आर हैविंग एनी काइंड ऑफ motivational support. If you are not having any motivational support, so in that case you can connect to your friends, you can talk to them, so that they will help you in this way. The 8th point is academic and research environment. समटाइम्स जब भी हम पीएचडी करते हैं तो ऐसा हो सकता है कि जो हमारे लैब का इन्वायरमेंट नहीं हो, जो हमारे इंस्टीट्यूशन का इन्वायरमेंट नहीं हो, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का इन्वायरमेंट है, वो उतना ज़्यादा प्रोडक्टिव नहीं है. प्रोडक्टिव इन द सेंस मीन्स यू कैन से हेल्पिंग और सपोर्टिंग काइंड ऑफ थिंग. तो अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि समवन इज़ पुलिंग योर लेग और कोई आपको हेल्प नहीं कर रहा है, अगर आप अच्छा कर रहे हैं तो समवन इज़ नॉट really encouraging you, they are not appreciating you in that time, so that will be something that is going to hurt you. So ultimately it is going to hurt you. आपको एक hurt होगा कि ऐसा क्यों होता है, क्यों लोग मेरे साथ ऐसा करते हैं. So ultimately this will add up to delay in your PhD. Why? Because continuously will keep on thinking about this topic कि मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है, why they are not helping, why they are not supporting, and ultimately that will lead up to mental stress. तो अगर इस mental stress से वापस आना है तो यू हैव टू बी रिमेन मोटिवेटेड ऑल द टाइम्स. आपको अपने मोटिवेशन के साथ रहना है, आपको बहुत अच्छे कनेक्शंस बनाने हैं विथ योर सुपरवाइजर, सो दैट इफ देयर इज नो वन टू हेल्प यू, एटलीस्ट सुपरवाइजर इज देयर टू टेक केयर ऑफ यू. सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द सजेशन फ्रॉम माय साइड. सो दीज आर द टॉप रीजंस व्हाई CSIR NET qualified aspirants they are unable to finish their PhD. So that is about student commitment, funding issues, there is a time management skill, lack of time management, supervisor and conflict, isolated environment, high mental stress, motivational support, as well as academic and research environment. So I'm sure the video was you can say interesting for those who are really going through all these phases, and if you are going through, so here I've given the solution for that, so you can follow that and you can come out from all that stress zone. So thank you everyone for watching this session. Meet you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care, keep learning.